You can't hear, wait, there you can, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't hear you.
She fixed it. All right. Your applicant is Morgan Broderick. He came to you a couple months ago and got that corner parcel rezoned to commercial neighborhood so that he could set some small storage buildings out there for sale. He's the same one who is building the temperature-controlled storage next to Fertizona and Thatcher on that parcel that he bought from Judy. He wants to do the same thing here on all of these parcels, and that's his request. I don't know, it's kind of weird to do this inside a subdivision that's zoned site built only, but his basis for that is that when this plat was created, which was prior to our zoning rules, these parcels between Branding Iron and the highway were all written in as a strip mall. That was what it was intended for, was commercial property. I don't know how you guys want to go on that, but I can't find anything that says we can't rezone inside a subdivision, so we're going forward with it, just like we did with the single lot. He does have lot number, or the parcel number 17 there is not part of it, and I don't know if he just wasn't able to buy that parcel, but we have not heard from that parcel owner. I think he's in a state far, far away. We did get a letter late yesterday from a neighbor to the south. I believe it's this one right here. He is not in favor, and you all got a letter this morning. It wasn't in your packet because we didn't have it till late yesterday, but he is not in favor, and he has gone around and got a couple of his neighbors to sign a petition. I don't know how I want to say this, but none of those neighbors that signed that are property owners. So the letters went to the property owners, so I'm guessing these, because their name doesn't come up as property owners, I'm guessing these are renters, and I don't know what weight you want to give the person living there over the person who owns the property. We did not hear from the property owners. We did not hear from any property owner.
So is this letter from a property owner or a tenant?
He is the property owner, but all the signatures on the petition are from renters, I'm guessing.
Those three.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Yeah. So he is a property owner within 300 feet. He's about 200 feet. So he's valid. I don't know how much weight you want to give the others. The prior meeting, we had two more adjacent, Gerald Hall, who owns these two properties here, he came in and we moved this to this meeting, and now he's not here. So I don't know, he never sent us a letter, he never said anything. He may have just been interested to see what was going on, I don't know, but he's not back, so. The purpose of this, though, is he wants to build temperature-controlled storage units on this property. My only hesitation is that CM gives him rights to do a lot of other things, including build storage units for sale, you know, I mean, unless there's some kind of stipulation put on it. CM is a pretty open-ended zoning, but it is the zoning that our ordinance says storage units should go in. It doesn't say that you can put them in the CN commercial neighborhood zone that he currently has on that one corner property. So that zoning would have required him to put a storefront there and have somebody on site to comply with that zoning, which he really hasn't done, but he's trying to put a bigger deal together here. So because he didn't show up and he did know about it, I don't know how much more I can tell you. If you have any questions, please ask them and I'll do my best to answer.
Is it gonna be fenced and everything, like in control, who's going in it?
I'm not sure, I've not seen a plan. And you might wanna table it until you can see a plan, I don't know. I'm guessing that, in my head, I'm thinking he's probably gonna put it where you can't get to it from the outside and the doors will be on the inside and there'll be a gate. But having one parcel missing and having a wash going through it, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I wish there was a plan, which is something we said last time. If we'd have had a plan on that deal down by Fertizona, we'd have been able to deal with it a little better. And
Well, I'd like to make a motion to table it until we get some more information out of him.
I think I agree with that. I'd like to know more what's going on, because it's
Yeah.
quite a bit of property.
Okay, so you
We have a
want to
complaint from a legitimate complaint, and without more information, I don't know how you move forward.
Yeah,
He's gotta come in and tell us what he's doing.
So you're requesting that you see the plat first, or the plan, or?
So you're saying, so basically you gotta table it for, till the next
Yeah,
meeting.
until the next meeting, until he
If that's
provides a
what,
little bit more information on what his intents are.
and he'll be notified about being tabled.
have you talked to him today?
no,
Is that it's either that or vote it down, right?
right.
Or do we have to vote it down?
How long?
So
We cannot move it, Nels. Like, if nobody moved anything, it would just sit.
Is his scope? So we don't need to move anything.
So we have a motion to table it.
Second,
Okay, we got a
we can do
second.
that.
Any more discussion about it? All in favor?
Aye.
So we tabled it till next week.
I think that's the fairest to everybody, because he knew about the meeting. Mark texted him 5 minutes ago or before the meeting and asked him if he was coming, and he hasn't answered. He works at the federal prison, might be in a position where he couldn't get out, but he was intending to be here, so.
Yeah. So with these parcels that would be landlocked in between two commercials, I don't, without him having a lot more explanation, then we couldn't do that. We pretty much couldn't landlock a residential in between two commercials.
I don't know in real life
I
whether,
wouldn't do that.
I don't know whether there's real access because of the wash to that parcel, but it does have legal access off the highway.
Yeah.
So it's not landlocked,
Well-
that parcel 17.
But in my mind, I
Right.
wouldn't,
Yeah,
since he doesn't have all of it, and there's gonna be an island in the middle. And then like you pointed out, we's on this, he changes his mind, sells the property, and now it's commercial, whoever wants to put whatever. And that's where my heartburn is we would have to be, and the supervisors haven't been real conducive with this in the past. Sometimes we try to put a little rider on it, and they don't like it, and they won't do it. But
yeah,
So
we'll talk about that more in the next,
next meeting.
when I tell you what they did with the last cases, but.
okay.
Is there any way we can get more word out to the actual property owners if they want to come out and talk about it? Well,
We only have a legal,
Notification.
we have a legal address of where their tax bill goes, and that's where we send the letter. I don't know where else, and we post the property, so anybody that's out there driving around sees it.
Fine.
So I don't know how else to, that satisfies the legal part of the law. Yeah, we want, my opinion on it is if they don't show up, I think they all know, and if they don't show up, they don't care. I mean, that's a little bit harsh, but either they don't care or they can't get off work, or, I mean, there's probably a reason, but maybe they just.
Summer in Alaska too, paid their taxes, went out of state for 6 months. Just don't
Right.
know.
Well, most of the actual people that live here in this neighborhood are here, but the majority of the property owners that are vacant property owners are out of state. Right. And I guarantee you, they don't care, so.
Would we be putting ourselves up or showing favoritism if we put out more or made, more?
I think we might get I mean, if
I was this guy and you guys went out and did all my opponents, I would be very,
yeah, I think we need to stick to, we notify the 300-foot radius and we post it, and I don't think we want to go beyond that, or unless we're going to change our ordinance and say we go beyond that every time.
Yeah.
Because then
No,
we'll get
I don't
caught.
think we need to go beyond it.
I don't think we should. It'll set a precedence we can't keep up with.
we might be looking at changing the ordinance though.
The ordinance is supposed to get
Because, like,
changed this year.
we've just really grown since this stuff's happened, so.
Right.
Okay, let's move on. So, got any more
Are we gonna
discussion?
vote on
Anybody
that?
got any more to say about that?
I think we already
We
voted
did.
on it.
Yeah.
Okay, these items to be set up for a public hearing is item number 5, and the IEZ number 885-23, and the APM number 105-28-050, and the 5.76 acres. Request was made to rezone from a current A general CM commercial manufacturing for the purpose of developing of a 5 commercial warehouse lay-down yard. The requesters are Ronald and Jens Hard. The property is on Safford Bryce Road located east of Hubbard Cemetery Road, Butler Ward, west of Watson Lane. And they were, I guess everybody's looked at the map, so they pretty well know where that is. So we need to set it up for public hearing.
I move to set it up for public hearing, next meeting.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. And we're gonna go on number, item 6, this is just about the similar deal, the REZ numbers 886-23 105-28-05, and 3.686 acres. The request was made for a rezone from current A general to CM commercial manufacturing for the future development of 3 commercial warehouses. Ronald and Janice Howard. The property is between Graham Canal and located east of the Hubbard Cemetery, Butler Wars, and west of Watson Lane. So we need a we need a motion on that one. Everybody knows where that is over there? Yeah. Back there in there,
So we're looking at 6 warehouses, right?
yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Because there's 3 on 6 and 3 on 7.
Yeah. Well, I need a motion, Santa, we gotta hear them, so. You guys,
I'll make a motion for it.
okay. I need a second.
I'll second it.
You know, I've never had any, all the years I've been on, never had anybody, when we set it up for a public hearing. So, all in favor?
Aye.
And the REZ number is 887-23 and 105-28, 052, 4.83 acres. A request was made for a rezone from the current A general to CM commercial manufacturing for the future development of 3 commercial warehouses. These are Ronald and Janice Howard. The property is north of the Safford Bryce Road between Butler Wars and Watson Lane. So we need a motion for, send this on.
I make a motion to send this forward.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So it's gonna be a lot of little lots right there in that one area.
If you guys recognize those, they came to you months ago to be an RV park, and that got withdrawn, and now
This is what they're doing.
this is what their intention is now on these same 3 pieces of property.
You know, even if it went on, I don't think they could ever got it through for sewer and stuff, so. Do you?
I hate to guess what can happen.
Down in the river bottom?
No, this was the first one that they
Oh,
put together up near this Hubbard Cemetery. See how this is,
Yeah,
that's the Hubbard Cemetery, this is Safford Bryce Road,
yeah.
and this is Penrod Circle, and Ray Lane's down here. Theirs were a mile south of there the last time. Those are still withdrawn. But this was their first go-around, and they got quite a bit of, these neighbors here came together and opposed it, as did the farmers there.
Okay, let's see, what else we got on here? No, there's another page there, isn't there? Okay. Okay, discussion of previous board of supervisor action. That's you.
I know that those of you who were at the last meeting and saw me up here stammering because I couldn't figure out what had happened at the previous meeting, and I didn't have the information, was because there had been no previous meeting except for setup, and you had heard those items at the prior meeting. Is why I didn't have it and why I didn't ever send it to you.
Okay,
The stuff you did last time, though, went, Tom Palmer had the application for, can you put that up, Mark? Put up this 107-39038. This was out by the state prison on San Jose Road, where it turns into Old Highway 70 and Buena Vista Road. They're at the split. This was a 25-acre piece that he wanted rezoned to multifamily, and the one neighbor to the north, I think her biggest complaint was her view and the lack of good water up there, but that's something that he'll have to figure out. And 107-39038.
they got the city water line not very far from it.
They won't hook them up, though.
They won't hook 'em up?
No, they need that water to be mixed with the Carrasco well, which is just north of Solomon. And so they would have to take it down there and mix it, or pipe the Carrasco well back and mix it. So until they get that worked out, which he's offered to allow them to put a big water tank up there and do their mixing there. That may happen, it may not, I don't know. But anyway, the board did pass that with no stipulations, but an understanding that he would have to get his water and sewer figured out before he could do much more than a lot split up there. So on 25 acres right now, he could put 5 multifamily homes, and I'm sure you could get enough water and sewer or septic to do that, but that's as far as he got. And then your second item last month was Sonoran Skies subdivision, and it was approved with the 3 exceptions that they asked for. They asked for gravel roads instead of having to pave, which anything smaller than 5 acre lots, you're supposed to have to pave, and they had 3 and 4 acre lots, but they're gonna maintain it themselves. It's basically gonna be a gated community, so they got it approved with gravel roads, and they were stipulated it has to be engineered gravel, not just any gravel, so it should be a really good road. They do have to get in their drainage, and their drainage study has been done and approved, and they have to put in their culverts and all of that stuff. They ask that they have no traffic study, didn't have to pay for a traffic study, and that was corroborated by our county engineer. He says there's not enough traffic out there to justify a traffic study. And then their third ask was that they not have to put up a bond to prove that they were gonna finish their roads. Instead, they offered to not they ask us, don't give us any permits until we've done it. Rather,
No house permit.
yeah, they actually have an agreement to have 4 permits out there on the original 80 acres before they ever even decided to subdivide it under our rules where you can have 4 on a 20. They've pulled 4 on an 80. So they have, I don't know that they have, but they've been authorized for 4 valid permits, one of which I think is finished. There's a mobile home out there, and another one has started. But they can't ask for any more permits on that until all the roads are in and complete and passed by our engineering. All of their street signs and stop signs are in, and all their drainage is okayed by our engineer. So there will be the subdivision won't happen until that's done. And they have, of their 24 lots, they have 29 buyers. So they have 29 people who say we want to come here, and so they have bids. They have 3 contractors who have bid to put in the pipes and the drainage and get their roads up to standard, but that will all happen before they pull any more permits. So if you want, I will go back over the ones from a couple months ago, but I think you'll recognize them. You want to multifamily zoning for that one on Shiflet and Highway 70. That was passed through with the exception of they can't use the highway for access because they haven't crossed the ditch the ditch company hasn't allowed them to put the pipe that's in there. And also the ADOT does not want a bus stop out there, so they will have to access it from Shiflet. But other than that, that one passed. The 10-acre thing that Sollers did out off Cuatro Cerros Road for their cattle feeding operation, that passed. I'm sure I told you about this stuff, but the Mike Spenger had a lot split on San Juan Mine Road, the very north property before you go on to BLM. That passed. Travis Palmer asked for a piece there behind the radio station north of the county yard up against the dam. He wanted to put multifamily duplexes in there, and that passed. The Kay Congdon's petting zoo, that passed. They're at 191 and Cottontail Trail. I think that's pretty much all that was on that previous meeting, but because there was a meeting in between there that we only set up items that kind of got lost on me.
Is that it? That it?
That's it.
Okay. The next scheduled board meeting of supervisors to hear planning and zoning Item September the 5th, 2023 at 8 a.m. And the next scheduled planning and zoning meeting, that's talking about us, meeting in September 20th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
I guess you need to do a call to the public, even though there's not any public here
Yeah,
except
we need to
Valerie.
call the public, and I can, got anything to say out there in the public? Just shake your head. Cat, get your tongue. Okay. Okay,
What's
if
the,
anybody got anything else?
what's the joint work session?
The what?
Joint work session.
That just got left on there from that time that we had one, and in case we ever have another one, it'll be there, but if there's not anything behind that, it doesn't apply.
I didn't think so. Okay, need a motion to close her down.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We are dismissed.
Thank you all for coming.
You don't have to find, you don't have to sign.
I signed yours, you can't sign mine. I signed yours, you can't sign mine. Oh, really?
See you guys next month.
Okay,
Whatever.
I guess I can, because you guys approved it.
We can ask for the minutes.
Well, next month, I might see you soon.
Here,
I got you.
Oh,
I
there's
got
his.
that. That's all I'm good for, picking up.
You gotta be good for something like that.
Why didn't you have this in your hand? I'll put it by you next time. Yeah.
Let's wait till.
Keep those knuckles in shape. I don't wanna ever feel those knuckles, that's all I know. See you guys. See you guys. Next month. Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. And then Patrick's gonna do a bunch of people.
and you don't worry about making mistakes.
Right, I think I saw it said in there, yeah,
Well, thank you, because I'll make some, don't you worry.
just give me some quantities and prices, as long as we get it done before.
Oldest brother property, but we're really mom and dad, so.
I'm in here, Junior.
Which is.
I gotta take it out. Yeah, I was gonna tell you, the last one was.
Just tell me what they want.
Remember, I didn't even have the credit.
Probably expect one.
And then I wasn't at the last meeting, half of us were at the last meeting. You heard most of that stuff I went over. I've been here. And, you know, we got here, supervisor, fighting me from the room. I remember.
So.
Rain, every damn time it rained, 3 or 4 of them called me. But I don't know anything about it.
I just want to quote on all. It depends, and so, let's step back. It depends on the forms. If you run good forms, and then you get the core rate, so many feet per hour and all that stuff, it'll handle the operator. Even if there's
RV storage, he wants to do.
Oh.
And that's where the pesticides are helping eliminate. Couple hundred feet of that rock formula, it's the city that'll handle it, you build it in cities, and it flows. And then you just turn it down to the vibrator and you can test. Yeah, can be, depending on the thickness, you have to go by the thickness of the skin and that 2 feet in out. What you do is you calculate how many feet of wall. If you have enough wall, and, yeah, the 10 yards doesn't go very far, if it's that thick and that fat, it'll be interesting. You know, you'd be surprised by the time you go. And then you come back around that first part, and that's the other advantage with the classic, is we can batch it dry. Once your base lights out, then you, what I would call the temper. Yeah, so you get the first 2 feet in, you get it going. Where the food store best, going to that. Set and all that pressure. Once that,
He said the same, yeah. We just can't keep up.
I've seen them.
There's stuff they'll never use.
Yeah. They'll just go to auction when they quit paying.
They pay the bill for years and years and years, and it's not worth 1 month's rent.
Exactly, that's exactly right.
I don't think, I've never seen them do that. I've seen them go. No, the thing is, I've seen them put the forms on the concrete and you screw them down. And then they put, sometimes they put or wood or something right on the things, 2x4s, just to keep that, from doing that. It depends on how much space you have between the bottom and that first.
All those photos just made, now they all gone.
Guys, they go 2 feet and there's nothing to keep that bottom. You just, that one, yeah, but I've seen guys not forget, and then it goes poof. No, I get it.
I looked at all the commissioners and they wanted me to say, that was.
Well, see, something though, if I do that, that's gonna be something wrong. Pour all my glass stuff. Yeah, that's how they do all the time. I wish you knew there was a whole bunch of it, I was like, it would be a really cool deal.
That's the first time I've seen her too.
Like my tractor.
Longer than
Update? We're actually over the cell tower.
Yeah. Right now, it's Stacy's back.
Got a board, so that should be going up soon.
How many yards was that?
It was a nightmare. These guys call. Yeah, so they're calling, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the little guy, we can't do that deal. What did they do? It's not, they're doing some road. So I drive out there and I just had a different, typical cell phone people. There's a different company doing the road, and the fence, and this and the that. And